and gentlemen, I'm Danny here with Tyler, and we're here to give you the first ever episode of Real Talk from DGS.
This week, we're talking about Marvel movie madness. So, movie news from the past week. Today is April 7th, so from here backwards. We're going to start off with the beautiful director, Richard Donner, who directed The Goonies, was confronted by a group of fans, and as he was giving them autographs, one of them asked this beautiful man, "Hey, are you going to be making any superhero movies?" And he said, "Not unless you consider the Goonies superheroes." Now, this is very good news because I freaking love the Goonies, and I wanted a sequel after I was born and watched it. It came out before I was born. Anyways, I am very excited for this, and that means that they're going to take it, they're going to put it in a bowl, they're going to add lots of other stuff, they're going to get ideas and get the actors, and like a lot of the actors that were in the past movie are now drug addicts and have nothing to do, so hey, why not be in another movie? And they're going to put it together, mix it up, put it in the big movie oven, put it in production companies, then boom, out pops a beautiful extravaganza of an adventure. Just awesome, I'm excited movie.
To be fair, Josh Brolin, he's a drunk, not a drug addict. Okay, we have some sad news coming out of Warner Brothers. A remake of The Gremlins. It's coming.
Let's have a moment of silence.
So many CGI gremlins running around. No.
Alright, well, on a brighter note, Star Wars Episode 7 has begun filming, even though they don't have a full cast list. But now, today, they just confirmed the guy who is Chewbacca to be Chewbacca once again.
Peter Mayhew, ladies and gentlemen.
That dude is freaking giant. And they also have confirmed Mark Hamill. I have a teacher named Mr. Hamlin. That was weird. And
Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
He's bad at his movie notes
I'm
sometimes.
not good at the name thing.
Gets better from here. Okay, let's get to some box office news from this weekend. Captain America: The Winter Soldier destroyed everybody. Just $95 million this weekend. Nobody was even close. I'm pretty sure. I think it was Noah was at $17 million in second place.
Just like he destroyed the Winter Soldier's arm.
Ooh. Ooh. Those fighting words. Anyway, this is the largest opening weekend in an April ever. And there's been a lot of Aprils.
At least more than 10.
10. At least 10 Aprils. Wow. But anyway, Winter Soldier beat Fast 5's record from 2 years ago of around $86 million. So, Marvel Cinematic Universe going strong.
And wasn't it just released that the Marvel Universe is now the highest grossing franchise?
Indeed. That, I believe it's about $5 billion just in the States alone.
Think of all of the McNuggets you could buy with $5 million.
Why would you go straight to McNuggets?
You could buy any nuggets that you want, not just
I
McNuggets.
love nuggets.
Buy, chicken nuggets, gold nuggets,
I would buy a lot of gold nuggets.
bird nuggets.
Yeah, pushing it. Wait, that's chicken nuggets. Chickens are birds.
Oh, I forgot. Alright, next we're going to go on to our topic for the week.
The Marvel movie madness.
Alright, so now, to the main part of our little show here. We're going to take the 8 movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Disney-owned ones.
Excluding the Incredible Hulk.
We're starting at Iron Man and cutting that one out. A lot of we consider it part of it, but a lot of people don't because they put Mark Ruffalo in the Avengers, and
he was actually really good in the Avengers.
I liked him a lot better than the other guy.
Edward Norton?
Sure.
I know names.
Alright, so we're going to take the 8 movies, put them in first to last. And this is really hard because we loved all of these movies and they were just good. And so then, after we do that, we're going to take a Dinometer score.
Now, Dinometer. DGS stands for Dino Guy and Small Productions, and just put together. So we take the dyno from Dyno Guy Productions, put it on a meter, out of 100, 50 being average, and then you figure out how much we love these movies and how highly we recommend them.
Alright, shall we get started?
We shall.
Alright, my number 8 is Iron Man 2. This movie was not my favorite because it just didn't have the same feel as the rest of the movies. It was too Hollywoodized and fake, and that sounds stupid saying fake with superhero movies, but it just was just too fake, and the guy had a bad accent, and it was just bad. Jon Favreau, is that his name? Who directed the first and the second one? He did way better on the first one.
He's also Happy Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what would you give that on your dynometer?
I'd give that a 46. Below average.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't love all of them. Anyway, coming in at number 8 for me, also Iron Man 2. I just loved the first one, and it didn't have the same feel in the second one. I don't know, it was just like a misfire. They got a lot better from there on, so I don't hate as much as him, but on the dynometer I'll give it a 62 out of 100. It's an above average movie because it was still Iron Man being all witty, but not the same.
Alright, I'll give my number 7 slot to Thor 2. I just love the first Thor so much that after watching Thor 2, the first Thor set the bar really high. And I'm going to give Thor 2 a 62 on the dynometer.
That's pretty high. Way above average movie. So, coming in at number 7 for me, the first Thor. See the irony here. Now, I love Thor, the movie, and the character. He's probably my second favorite Avenger. But, okay, I loved it. It was a good movie. You're going to see that in my score, but there's just a couple better ones that would top it. So, Thor is a 72 out of 100. Like Ice Giants, though, they're cool.
Yeah. Alright. Number 6 on my list was Iron Man Trace.
That's 3 for all of you non-Spanish speakers.
This movie was really good, but it went into the emotional side of being Iron Man, and after the Avengers, when he got sucked in through that wormhole into the space, you know?
I get sucked into a wormhole every night.
I'm sorry.
I don't.
It just hit me in the feels, and I was like, oh, Iron Man, he's like going and getting panic attacks because he got sucked through a wormhole. I think I'd go crazy if that happened to me. And then he's got that little kid, and yeah, it was just a good movie.
He's gonna be in Jurassic World, that little kid.
Really?
I'm so excited for Jurassic World. Okay, number 6 for me is also Iron Man 3. I have some spoilers coming, so wait until we give you a new animation or whatever signifying a different movie, because I'm just go. Why in the hell is the Mandarin not the Mandarin?
Right? He's just a dude.
He's an actor. His name's Travis Slattery. Go and take it out the chest. That's not Iron Man.
Yeah. Freaking, he goes from being, oh look, I need this thing to survive, right? And then boom, oh just kidding, I'm not gonna be Iron Man anymore. I'm just gonna be a guy with a bunch of Iron Man suits.
He blew them all up, remember?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna be a guy with no Iron Man suits.
It was a good movie up until those few things that just ruined it from being at the top of my list.
Why would you destroy a bunch of Iron Man suits?
73 out of 100 still. Not bad.
Oh yeah, my Iron Man 3 was 62, by the way. What they could do, though, because in the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, Iron Man is part of them sometimes.
Yeah.
So what they could do is have him make a spacesuit and then have him tie into the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, he also went into a wormhole in space. I don't think he's ready to go back.
True.
Okay, so what do you have coming in at number 5?
My number 5 is Captain America, the first one. What's it called? The First Avenger. I like this movie. It was good. It was when Bucky died, it was sad. It wasn't. I didn't feel as much as the first one as I do the second one. I don't know. Captain America isn't my favorite Avenger, so I don't know. I could be biased, but it was good. It was, yeah. I give it a 64.
This is weird. My number 5 is also Captain America, the first Avenger. Now, Captain America is my favorite Avenger. This movie was a lot more action-oriented and just getting the whole ball rolling on Captain America. So it was kind of like the rest of them, with a little bit of emotion, like when Bucky dies. But since he's my favorite Avenger, I gave him a little bit of a boost, and I give him a 74 out of 100 on the Dynameter.
Wow. Well,
coming in at number 5. What do you got?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Just kidding. List was wrong.
My number 4 is Avengers. I love this movie. You take your favorite superheroes that have their own movies, and you put them together, you squeeze it, you knead it, you love it, and you get this beautiful little thing of freaking a bunch of superheroes beating up a bunch of aliens. I freaking loved it. It was awesome.
Oh, poor Chitauri. That's the aliens, by the way, in case you guys didn't know.
And my score for the Avengers is 70 out of 100.
Coming in at number 4 for me is the first Iron Man. This movie is what got this whole universe started. Its success gave us this whole list. This is the reason we have a list. And it's funny, there's a lot of action. You see a transformation of Tony Stark, and it's great. 76 out of 100.
Wow.
So, what do you have for number 3?
My number 3 is Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This movie was really good, so much better than the first one, and it wasn't done by those two brothers.
It was done by
yeah.
those brothers.
And
the Russo brothers.
Yeah, and they did a freaking amazing job with this. I like how it was like, it also went into like the feelings and stuff of Captain America, and like it deals with betrayal and corruption and just everything good that makes a beautiful movie. And
yeah, good.
And
good for a movie.
And Captain America is a complete badass after watching this movie. I give it a 76.
Ooh, just a note. The Russo brothers signed on to direct Captain America 3, which will be coming out in May 16th, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
But they don't have a
against
story.
The Man of Steel 2 or Batman vs Superman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang it.
No, one of them's gonna move. It's not like they're both gonna open.
Yeah, but I'll have to not watch one of them in theaters to support the other one.
Why? We don't work for the companies.
So I like... Anyways, okay.
Okay, coming in at my number 3 is Thor 2, The Dark World. I went and saw this in theaters. Now I see almost every superhero movie in theaters because they're just so great. And way better in theaters because big screen, surround sound.
Yeah, big noises.
Big noises. You heard it here. Okay, but Thor 2, it's kind of like a sequel to the Avengers, really. Carries over. Now you see Loki as more of a badass, and it just adds more to the stakes. And I like these little dark elves they added in. Fresh Giants are still cool. But Thor 2, The Dark World, gets a 77 out of 100.
Wow.
Really love this movie.
Alright, and then that's going to my number 2, which is Iron Man. It was the first out of all this, and it's the reason we have the list, like you said earlier. I love this movie. You see, like, Robert Downey Jr. get out of drugs and be an awesome person, and then he's, like, funny and a badass, and, like, just the beginning scene made me love the movie. When he's, like, taking a picture, and the dude puts up the peace sign, he's like, please no gang signs. He's like, just kidding, throw it up. And I like how he's sarcastic and funny, and just all-around good guy near the end of the film.
And you save people, apparently you're a good guy.
Now I give that a 78.
78. Damn. Okay, coming in at my number 2, The Avengers. This is probably up to this point the ultimate crossover movie from all of the movies I've seen. And I've seen a lot of movies. So, get all of my favorite Avengers, except Spider-Man, but Sony has him. They're not getting him back. But just the mashup. It was great to watch. A lot of explosions going on in New York. Poor New York gets destroyed in every superhero movie. But I don't know, great character development, introducing people like Black Widow more into the story, because I know she was in Iron Man 2, but she didn't have a whole lot of story there. Getting Hawkeye involved.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
He's going to have a bigger role in the second one. But I would give this an 80 out of 100. This was a really good movie. I saw it twice in theaters, grossed up $1.5 billion. Wow. You know you're doing something right when that happens.
Alright, so my number one spot.
Number one. This is intense.
Drum roll, please.
Do your own drum roll.
Is Thor. I freaking love Thor. He's my favorite Avenger. He's a god.
Literally.
And he's like, I like how it's a big, like, story. Holy God, okay.
Thor did that.
I like how it's a story of, like, a haughty, like, not worthy dude going and earning his keep to be a freaking king.
He's not king yet.
And he never will
That's
be.
what
Odin will never die.
Anthony Hopkins. No, he's never gonna die. He's Hannibal Lecter too. Hannibal Lecter's cool.
Wow. And then, yeah, it was a good movie. I love it, and it made Thor my favorite Avenger. And I'm giving it an 80 on the nanometer scale. Scale, get it? Dinosaurs have scales.
And coming in at number one for me, drum roll please. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. As I said before, Captain America is my favorite Avenger. And it might cause a little bit of bias going on, but it's my list. You let me have this. But it's not just based around actions and explosions. There's actually character and drama and hit you right in the feels sometimes.
And explosions.
Well, of course, explosions help, but it's definitely more character driven than any of the other ones.
Definitely.
Oh, Bucky fighting his old pal Steve.
Oh, and at the end, spoilers. Don't watch this if you haven't seen the movie. At the end, when he's like beating the crap, the Winter Soldier's beating the crap out of Cap. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna fight you, and he's like, oh, you don't know me. And then he's like, I do know you, and he's like, I'm here to the end of the line, and I was like, oh, why? And he just keeps, yeah, and then they saves his life at the end so he doesn't drown, and oh.
Just leaves, and if you read the comics, this is just a prediction. I do not know this, not set in stone. Since Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, he's planning on retiring when his contract with Marvel is up, which means he's going to do Captain America 3, Avengers 2, and Avengers 3. Then he's done retiring. Sebastian Stan, who signed a 9-picture deal to be the Winter Soldier and Bucky Barnes, he's going to take over and be Captain America. Just, you heard it here, that's what he's going to do.
Wow.
Did that in the comics, and it's probably what they're going for now. Keep the Captain America name going.
That would be good. You know, I was reading, speaking of replacing people, I was reading, and Hugh Jackman said Channing Tatum could replace him as Wolverine.
No.
I would cry.
No. He can be Gambit. I'll let him be Gambit.
We can't have Pretty Boy be freaking...
We can't have Magic Mike
Yeah.
be Wolverine. Okay, so anyway...
I'm gonna kill you, Sabretooth.
Oh, God. Okay, Captain America, Winter Soldier, 83 out of 100. Loved it. We need to wrap this up because he's taking his clothes off. And this is our list, 8 through 1.
You're welcome. Now, let's go on to our movie suggestions of the week.
Alright, every week now, as DGS here, we're going to give you a suggestion for a movie that we either saw. It could be old, it could be new, whatever. Just a movie we saw that we highly recommend, where it would be above average and totally worth your time.
And on the other side, we're going to give you a movie of the week that we hate.
Okay. We came to a general consensus here.
Big words.
Consensus. We are smart. But go see Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I mean, come on. It was so good. It's totally worth That's
$9.
something like that.
It depends where you live.
Actually, I saw it after school, so
So
cost
it's
me
like
$7.20.
Oh, wow.
$7.25.
I
Totally worth it. I'm gonna buy this when it comes out, and I'm gonna love it. Remember, we're not condoning your sexual
Yeah,
activity.
don't love it.
Just-
Unless,
Unless you're into that kind of thing.
we don't know you. You could if you want to.
Okay, now to the shit movie of the week. Now, this is gonna be a movie that completely hated and no good at all.
No.
Not worth anything. And that would be the Blair Witch Project 2. Or Book of Shadows, as they call it sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't even like the first Blair Witch Project.
Really?
It was boring.
You have to kind of like a certain kind of movie for it, but the second one, I knew it was going to be the same thing, and I'm like, do I want to watch this? Do I? And I found it on demand, and I watched it. It's completely like an 11 on the dynometer. I hated it. It got confusing, didn't make any sense, and I just hated it. Bad. That's what you call a shit movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. Well, that is it this week for the Real Talk. I am very clumsy today. Now, thank you for watching.
Means a lot.
Now, be sure to be tuned next week when we talk about something else. We haven't planned that far ahead. Thank you for watching another installment of Real Talk. Now remember to like and comment and subscribe.
And follow us on Twitter. Bye, everybody.